Hey guys, I'm sitting here in my studio right now and I wanted to reach out to y'all and just give you some good tips on how to practice at home. I understand that a lot of you have just been confined to being at home all week long and it occurred to me that so many of you guys aren't really like it's hard to just know how to practice at home because you're used to having a teacher there with you or a parent there with you holding you accountable for it. And so today I thought I would take some time and just let you guys know that there's a easy 3-step process to having a productive practice time. All right. So step 1 is to first have a nice learning space, and it doesn't have to be perfect. But basically, all you need is an ideal setup. So, what that looks like for you, if you're a voice student, you need to have like a podium, music stand, somewhere to stand and sing. As a guitarist, you need a chair and a guitar. As a pianist, you just need like a functional keyboard, even if it's like 4 or 5 octaves long, right? So, that being said, first you need to create your space, but it's important that your space can be a space where you're not disrupted. Okay, so for instance, you guys can see my music studio here in the background, right? And you know that it's a space where I'm not really disturbed when I'm here, right? For the most part. So if there's like a curtain or a door or just something that you can close off your space with so it can be your space, that's very important for practicing, okay? So that's step 1. Step 2 is the process, okay? So here, let me change the camera view so you can see my keyboard. Can y'all see that? It's not very ideal. Anyway, but you can see my keyboard, right? So the process for practicing is you want to have a little exercise for a warm-up. For lots of you beginners, the warm-up can be as simple as a 5-finger scale. And the chords, right? That's as simple as a warm-up can be. Some of you have more complicated warm-ups like full scales, right? Some of you go up 2 octaves and come back down. Right? So those are all great examples of warm-ups. Still another great warm-up that I like to put onto my students is the Hanen exercises. Right? And that just keeps going and going and going. Anyway, so it can be any kind of warm-up of your choice. And lots of you have books that are specifically filled with warm-ups, like the Pecking Rooster and the Ostrich Walk. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so step 2 for the process is very important that you start with a warm-up. Okay, and then the second part of the practicing process is once you're all warmed up, you go to your assignments for the day, okay? So say I'm working on stuff in my book, right? And I'm going through, okay? Now, a lot of you will just play through a song and call that practicing, right? It's good to play through a song, but it's also important that when you're done with playing a song to evaluate it, okay? So say I get through my song, right? Okay, that's the end of my song, right? Now I need to go back and just kind of figure out what was wrong or what was really good about it, right? You can start with something positive for yourself. Be like, hey, I really liked how I played staccato because I'm good at staccato and I I love that. And then you can probably get into the more critical areas like, are my notes good? Are my rhythms correct? Was there a fermata that I forgot? Just something like that. It can be as small as like dynamics, right? Do I need to go back and add dynamics? Whatever it is, there should be something critical about the song that you can evaluate with, okay? Um, it's very rare to get a song perfect the first time. And I know this as a musician. The first time I sight read through a song, it's never perfect. So I always go back and be like, what can I do better? So even I do that. So that's important. Okay. And then step 3 of the practicing process is, once you've determined what's really good about the piece and what needs work about the piece, then it's very important to play the piece again, but with those ideas in mind. Okay, so say you're going through the piece again and you need to change something, then make that change. Okay, don't just practice it the same way over and over and over again without making any progress. That's not very ideal. So it's very important that you actually make a change. And then just when you're done practicing, when you play through it like 3 or 4 times, just stop and figure out what you need to work on next time. Because if you sit there constantly evaluating and constantly criticizing yourself, then you'll never stop, right? It's easy to get sucked into that. So you need to set yourself a stop time and be like, okay, it's been 30 minutes. I'm done. I'm going to put this away and I'm just going to come back tomorrow and fix it some more and polish it some more. All right? So those are my tips on how to practice. I hope this video has been helpful for y'all. Anyway, and yeah, I just wanted to touch base with y'all and give you some good at-home practicing tips. So awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.